All right, how is everyone doing? It is currently February 13th of 2024. We actually planted these on the 11th. I'm really sick right now. I've been sick for the past couple days and haven't been able to finish out the second part of this video after planting them up. It's really a video about nothing. I just wanted to show some more varieties that we planted. With these varieties right here that we planted for our next season of peppers, we have planted, there was 8 varieties here and there was 10 varieties here that are coming up, and then we planted another 8. So of the seeds that are getting started in this little mini greenhouse we have growing, there's 30 different varieties, and we also have 4 varieties, 3 ornamental types and 1 other big type growing in our little and big bathroom. So we have 34 types getting started or growing right now, currently in the house for the season. I'm not sure how much we'll make it out there. We usually end up with about 25 to 30 different varieties of pepper, and my whole goal is just to have as much fun as I can each season and try to grow something unique. And if it makes it, sometimes some of this stuff won't make it into the yard, and then some of it won't make it to the end of the season to be productive enough, or at least have enough that I do a video kind of checking out and telling a story about our personal experience. We learn best by when we watch videos of people just almost going through the process of what they do. It's almost like we're hanging out with you guys when you are making videos and showing us how you are growing stuff and what you're growing, and we get excited with you, and it's like we're sharing our gardening experience less than we're trying to be tutors. We've learned that we learn a lot more when we grow with you instead of just trying to watch you and determine those things, and kind of realize that our videos may be a little bit informational to some people in a different sort of way. We're not trying to be tutors necessarily, but some of the systems and the things that we do in our yard and garden might be something you could incorporate into your system, and some of the stuff that you guys do is how our systems are actually built. So is just hanging out with you guys and enjoying the personal experience and learning through that constant motion effect of not really having a plan. We live by a rule for our garden especially called PAFNAMU. It's a term I kind of coined. It's plans are for nerds and magic users, and we don't want to be nerds or magic users, so we don't really have a plan. Just plant up as many varieties as we can. So, like I was saying, we already had 18 varieties, and we planted another. How many did we have before? 18, and we planted another 12. So let me tell you the types that we planted this time. We got one called the Chocolate Pain. That one is a unique variety from a cross that is from a YouTube channel called Dave the Hillside Gardener. We got seeds from him a couple years ago, and this is one that was kind of unique to his yard. And this is definitely going to be considered what I would call the wild card tray, or the tail end of the ones that we were excited about growing. So some of these are just completely random. This one right here is the Cherry Bomb. After we had planted this one, we had realized we had already planted it once. So that would actually make 33 varieties in the house getting started or growing so far. So really like that pepper. It's a good cooking pepper. Low heat, liked it a lot. Lipstick's also another excellent one that I wanted to give another shot. We have grown it before. Pretty much all of these I think we've grown at least once, except for a couple of these unique ones. The blot pepper, we have grown that one, but I think we only got one pepper off of it. It's a really beautiful looking sweet pepper. The Datil, I believe this came from Geeky Gardens YouTube channel. Another friend of ours on YouTube, I believe that these came from him. But Back at 'em cultivar pepper type, that's really good. The Habanada, which is a heatless habanero, I believe that seed might have came from Geeky Gardens as well. But a heatless habanero type. The Devil Heart, we got those seeds years ago. I bet you, man, 2016 maybe, and had grown it. Got 2 little tiny wonky looking peppers. It was mostly our fault. We didn't have as much experience back then, and dealing with that one. So we got these 2 little peppers that I found in a little teeny tiny plastic container recently. So I figured I'm going to break that open and put those in there and see if we can get some whatever the Devil Heart pepper is. And so it's a super hot, obviously. The Odious Blue, that is a Phileas Blue crossed with an Oda. So that will be one that nobody's ever heard of, and we'll just see how it turns out. Just I'm always on a quest to find unique in the yard, and that one right there might be really unique. It was like the Phileas Blue, which is a little pod pepper a really little round pepper, and then it crossed with an Otis. So it's like these bigger pods, and it may turn out good, it may turn out not, but I believe that would be the F2 generation, which has the most variation, which means it was crossed, had a generation grown, and that's the seeds from that generation. So this would be the second generation of the cross seeds on that one. The Ahia Yuyo, that's looks like a purple crystal quartz. Really, really beautiful back-atom cultivar. The Kourbaki, these Kourbaki seeds specifically come from one that ended up crossed in our yard. I believe it was crossed with another pepper called the Reza Macedonia, which is a striated pepper. I mean, it has like tons and tons of lines on it and looks almost like a writings on a scroll or an ancient tablet or something on the skin of the pepper. It's a rough pepper, not a lot of people like it, but it crossed with our Kourbaki, and those seeds, part of them are Kourbaki, part of them are that cross. So I don't know what we'll get out of that one for sure. It may or may not be the Kourbaki, but it's a part of the unique. And then the Leviathan Scorpion, it has a longer name, but that seeds came from the Sapper Gardener, and he'd given us some seeds, especially the Ahi Fantasy, which we planted right up, and given another super hot. We want to get those started as soon as possible. The hotter the pepper, it's usually the longer it takes the seeds to germinate, the longer it takes for the plant to grow, and a lot longer it takes to get to production. But that's the Leviathan Scorpion. And then this one right here is the Ubatuba, also known as the Ubatuba kombucha pepper. So that's the 12 types of peppers. Let me show you the Ubatuba right here. We have grown this one before, but these didn't come from our yard. They came from the neighbor's yard. She did extremely well with our plants. It's almost like they have also called it the UFO pepper, and it's almost like a variation. The Mad Hatter, I believe, is a hybrid. This is actually one that would be considered it's not a hybrid, it's actually an heirloom. But the Mad Hatter pepper comes from this one. And you can see that it's dried, so it's actually a lot smaller than it was before it dried. We got a whole jar of them here. But the cool thing about this one right here is it's got very little, like maybe 1 to 3,000 heat up here on the top. And then it has these little flaps on the side right here. And when you break those off, those have no heat on them. So it's like almost like a thread of heat, spicy, sweet flavor, but no heat on the flaps right here. So really, really cool pepper. We're going to give it a try in our yard. I think our biggest problem is overcrowding a lot of times because our neighbor takes some plants from us as well, and she's able to do really, really well, especially with bigger peppers and everything like that. And we're thinking that ours might be a little bit overcrowding and a tree problem that causes shadow in our yard. But really, really excited. Sorry if this video is long. I just wanted to get this other video clip out. You guys would probably be surprised how many video clips I kind of toss away sometimes. And planted up the last of our varieties. So these are the main varieties that we're hoping to make it into the yard. We're expecting to buy three to five varieties from local nurseries and growers that we also know that can have some unique in our yard, and really, really get our pepper thing going. So next up is going to be tomatoes. We're going to be planting those up pretty soon. We got a couple trays ready to go. Maybe if I get a chance, I'll do a video on our little greenhouse seed starting station here, but just wanted to let friends and family know some of the unique varieties. This is just, I just kind of went through and saw the ones, another 12. I could probably put another 20 varieties in here from our collection, but I think starting off with 30 plus the 4 that are in the bathrooms right now is a pretty good start for a grow season. So our goal is to overwhelm ourselves. We know we're starting early. We're going to start plants early, we're going to start them on time, and we're going to start them late. So some of those will make the yard, some of them won't. We'll see what happens. Super excited for another grow year with everyone. It is February 13th of 2024. Love you guys, and this is our wild ending tray right here. So catch you next time.
Thanks for watching.